Namaste, 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 and welcome back to the Kapeel Gupta Career PodShow, the podcast where we talk real careers, real struggles, and real wins. And I'm your host, Kapeel Gupta. And today, my friend, we're about to have a very honest conversation. A conversation that might just shake your brain a little. Are you ready? Good. Because today we are talking about something that every topper believes in, every parent quotes at dinner time, and every school teacher swears by talent. Yes. And now, before you close this episode and say, Kapil bhai, मैं तो पहले से जानता हूँ. Wait, just wait, because today I'm going to tell you something that the toppers, the rankers, and the so-called gifted people do not want you to know. And that secret is this: talent is overrated and persistence is everything. Yes, you heard that right. That quiet kid in your class who studied without drama, who failed once, twice, thrice, and still showed up, that person is more likely to win in life than the so called natural genius who gave up after one setback. Today's episode is dedicated to every student who has ever been told they are not smart enough, every job seeker who got rejected, and every dreamer who is still dreaming despite the world telling them to wake up. And this one is for you. So let's begin. Hi, I'm Kapeel Gupta, career coach, life mentor, graphotherapist, and founder of Study Abroad Academy. I help students, parents, and young professionals gain clarity, confidence, and direction in life and career through deep coaching, mindset transformation, and the powerful practice of graphotherapy. Because career success is not just about choosing the right course, it's about becoming the right person for the life you truly want to build. So let's dive in. So let me tell you a story. Now, there was a young boy in Mumbai who loved cricket, but was told he was too slow, too awkward, and did not have the natural flair of a cricketer. His coach once said that maybe cricket was not for him. That boy. He went home, practiced for extra hours every single day for years. And let me tell you his name. You'll be surprised. His name is MS Dhoni. Yes, now MS Dhoni is not just a cricketer. He's a legend. He's a proof that talent is just a starting point, but persistence is the engine. And now here's a fact that will blow your mind. According to research published in the journal Psychological Science, natural talent accounts for less than 30% of a person's ultimate performance. The remaining 70% or more comes from deliberate practice, consistency, and hard work. Think about that. 70%. That means the majority of success is in your hands, not in the genes you were born with. See, we Indians love to say, Uska to talent hai yaar. We use talent as an excuse, both to admire others and to excuse ourselves. I could not get into IIT because those toppers are just naturally brilliant. But, friend, most of those toppers were not brilliant from birth. They were persistent. They sat with difficult problems for hours. They revised the same chapter 10 times. They got rejected in mock tests and came back stronger. And that is not talent. That is persistence wearing the costume of talent. The great APJ Abdul Kalam, a beloved missile man of India and our beloved president, was not born in a rich family. He sold newspapers as a child to support his education. He faced failures in his early career, but he persisted. He became the president of India and one of the most respected scientists in the world. not because he was born gifted, because he never stopped trying. Persistence creates opportunities that talent alone simply cannot. So here's a question for you. Where does confidence come from? Most people think confidence is something you either have or you do not have, like height. But that is completely wrong. Confidence is not a gift. Confidence is a result, and it comes from one thing and one thing only: doing the work day after day. Yes, imagine a class 10 student preparing for board exams. On day one, chemistry feels like a foreign language. On day three, it still feels difficult. But by day 30, something magical starts happening. The formulas start making sense, the concepts connect, and on day 60, that student is solving problems they once thought were impossible. What changed? Not their talent, their consistency. James Clear, author of best-selling book Atomic Habits, says that a 1% improvement every day leads to being 37 times better by the end of the year. 37 times. Now think about your career. If you practice one coding concept every day, if you learn one new English word every morning, if you revise one topic every night before bed, in 1 year, you'll be a completely different person. And with that growth comes natural confidence that nobody can take away from you. So this is especially important for students preparing for competitive exams like IIT-JEE, UPSC or CAT. These exams are not won in one heroic all-nighter. They are won in the quiet hours of consistent preparation, the mornings when you wake up even when you do not feel like it, the evenings when you revise even when your friends are watching Netflix. That daily showing up is what builds the kind of confidence that walks into the exam hall calm, prepared, and ready. So, confidence is not arrogance. Confidence is just accumulated consistency. It is evidence that you've gathered about yourself through your own actions. Okay, now I want to talk about the word that gives every Indian student a mini heart attack: failure. Fail hua, failed. In India, failure is treated like a crime. Your relatives discuss at weddings. Your neighbors whisper about it over chai. Your own mind replays it like a sad Bollywood song at 2 a.m. But today, I want to change how you see failure forever. So let me tell you about Ritesh Agrawal, the founder of Oyo Rooms. Yeah, at 17 years old, he dropped out of college. He was rejected by investors so many times that he lost count. His first business idea failed. His second one struggled. People told him he was too young, too inexperienced, and too ambitious. But Ritesh persisted. He kept learning from every rejection, every failure, every closed door. Today, Oyo is a global hospitality brand worth billions of dollars, and Ritesh Agrawal is one of the youngest self-made billionaires in Asia. And here's a powerful statistics to hold on to. Research from Harvard Business School found that entrepreneurs who had previously failed were actually more likely to succeed in their next venture than first-time entrepreneurs. Why? Because failure teaches you things that textbooks cannot. It teaches you resilience, humility, problem solving, and a genuine understanding of what does not work. Every failure is data. Every rejection is a redirect. Every setback is your teacher giving you a tough lesson that will help you later. Persistent people do not avoid failure, they just refuse to let failure be the final chapter. Think about how many times you have to fall before you learn to ride a bicycle. Nobody gives up cycling because they fell twice. They get up, dust off their knees, and try again. Life is exactly the same. Your UPSC attempt that did not clear, that job interview that went wrong, that startup idea that did not work, These are not signs that you're not good enough. They are signs that you're in the process of becoming good enough. Persistent transforms failure into feedback. And feedback, oh, it's gold. So let me be honest with you right now. Motivation is a liar. Yes, I said it. Motivation is beautiful. It makes you feel pumped up, ready to conquer the world. You watch one motivational video and suddenly you want to wake up at 5 a.m., exercise, study 10 chapters, learn a new language, and start a business. And then the alarm rings the next morning and snooze. Motivation comes and goes like Mumbai rains. Sometimes it pours, sometimes it disappears for weeks, but discipline stays. The students who clear IIT-JEE are not always the most motivated students. They are the most disciplined. They have a timetable and they follow it even on bad days, even when they are bored, even when they would rather be playing games or scrolling Instagram. They show up for their work the same way they show up for school. Not because they feel like it, but because it's a commitment they have made to themselves. So, here are some practical things you can do starting today. First, build a routine. Write down your study hours or work hours and treat them like a doctor's appointment you cannot cancel. Second, use a simple planner. It does not have to be fancy. Even a rupee 30 notebook from the local stationery shop works. Write what you want to accomplish each day and tick it off. That small tick gives your brain a reward signal. Third, find an accountability partner, a friend, a sibling, a classmate, someone you report to every day. Tell them, I'll finish these 2 chapters today. That social commitment pushes you on the days your motivation is zero. The legendary IPS officer and UPSC topper Anu Kumari took her exam multiple times before clearing it. In an interview, she said she did not rely on motivation. She relied on routine and discipline. She prepared even when she felt terrible, even when she doubted herself, even when the world around her was telling her to give up. She built a system and she trusted the system. And that is the power of discipline. Motivation gets you started, discipline keeps you going. So, we have talked about careers, exams, and success. But now I want to talk about something even more important: your happiness, your well being, your life as a whole. Because here is the truth that most career podcasts will not tell you. Persistence is not just about getting a job or cracking an exam. It's about building a life that actually means something to you. Think about the people in your life who seem genuinely happy, not the ones who show off on Instagram, the real ones, the ones whose eyes light up when they talk about their work, the ones who have strong friendships, good health, and inner peace. I can almost guarantee you that those people are persistent in multiple areas of their life, not just their careers, but also in their relationships, their health habits, and their values. And the study from the Harvard Study of Adult Development, the longest studies on human happiness ever conducted, running over 80 years, yes, 80 years, that found the biggest predictor of long-term happiness is not wealth, not fame, not success. It is the quality of your relationships. And building good relationships requires, you guessed it, persistence. Showing up for your parents even when you're busy, being a reliable friend even when it's inconvenient, these things take effort. They take consistency, but they give you a happiness that money and medals cannot buy. Similarly, your health is a long game. You cannot exercise for 1 month and expect to be healthy for life. But if you walk 30 minutes every day, eat mostly good food, sleep well, that persistent compounds into a body and mind that supports your career for decades. Your values work the same way. If you're honest, if you're kind, if you stay true to yourself even under pressure, that persistent commitment to your character is what earns you a reputation that opens doors no shortcut ever can. So when I say persistent beats talent, I mean this in the largest, most beautiful sense. Persistence is the bridge between who you are today and the person you dream of becoming, not just professionally, but as a full human being. A person with a meaningful career, loving relationships, good health, and deep inner satisfaction. And that is the real success. And it is available to anyone who is willing to persist. So, my dear listeners, let us quickly recap what we learned today. Talent is overrated. Persistence is what actually builds careers. MS Dhoni, APJ Abdul Kalam, Ritesh Agrawal, none of them were overnight success stories. They were long term persistent stories. Consistency builds confidence, not the other way around. Every day you show up, you're depositing into a bank account of self belief that no one can rob. Failure is not your enemy, it's your teacher. The most successful people in India, the world, are people who failed multiple times and used those failures as a stepping stone. Discipline beats motivation. Build systems and routines that work even on your worst days. And finally, persistence is the bridge to long term happiness in your career, your relationships, your health, and your character. You know what the most common trait of every successful person is? It's not IQ. It's not family background. It's not luck. It's the refusal to quit. It's waking up on day 200 when day 1 was exciting, but day 200 feels boring and hard, and doing the work anyway. And that is persistence. That is the real superpower. Remember this: a river does not move a mountain in one dramatic moment. It moves it drop by drop, day by day, year by year. And you are that river. And your dreams are that mountain. So keep flowing, keep persisting. So here is your challenge. And I'm being very serious about this. Right after this episode ends, not tomorrow morning, not next Monday, right now, take out a piece of paper or open your notes app. Write down one goal you have been procrastinating on. Just one. Now, write down one small action you can take today toward that goal. Just one step, not the whole staircase. Just one step. Do it today. Then tomorrow, take another one step, and the day after another. You have 365 days in a year. If you take one small persistent step every day, you will have 365 steps by the time next year comes around. And 365 steps, the right direction, will take you to a place you cannot even imagine right now. So trust the process. Trust yourself. Persist. And also, I want you to do 3 things for this podcast community. First, share this episode with one friend who needs to hear this message today. Just one friend. Second, subscribe to the Kapeel Gupta Career PodShow so you never miss an episode that would change your career. And third, write in the comments or send me a message telling me your one persistent goal. I read every single one. Your story matters. Your persistent matters. So until next time, remember, talent fades, persistence stays. Stay persistent, stay unstoppable. Jai Hind.